And we're waking up from a crash. I don't know. Were we thrown out of a ship? I don't know. I don't even know who we are at this point. I only know it's really, really cold. Minus 57 degrees right now. Way too cold to survive. And yet it is warm. And we don't know why.
Aerial propulsion jetpack online. Multi-tool and mining laser attachment.
We have a multi-tool that is working.
User initialization.
Ah, we do have a spacesuit on. That's why it's warm. And we are on Iwisku, a frozen planet. A frozen planet, permafrost. That's why it's so cold. And on the lower left side, we can see that my hazard protection is going down because of extreme temperatures outside. And we do need to hurry up. However, in order to find materials that we can use, I need to use my scanner. And unfortunately, my scanner is offline. So we need to gather some ferrite dust real quick in order to get the scanner working. Let's find us some stone, some rocks that we can mine. There's a cave. Cave would actually offer us protection, I think. I can only see some trees, but no stone right now. This is dangerous. Over there we have rock formations. And yes, we can start by gathering some ferrite dust out of these rocks. And we do need 75. And I do need to hurry up. Because the clock is ticking against us at the moment. And on survival mode, we can die rather quickly due to the extreme temperatures. After a bit of time, we do have the ferrite dust. And let's start repairing our scanner.
Component repaired. Technology repaired.
And with that, we can finally now use the scanner. To find us some sodium. There it is. It's a bit hidden. Sodium-rich plant. And there's a second one. Also hidden in this very well-looking structure, it seems. And with that, we can now also recharge our hazard protection a bit at least. Up to the half of it. Half of its capacity. We also would need some oxygen.
Starship signal detected.
Oh, and we do receive a distress signal. There's some oxygen here. Perfect. Let's scan once more. Because we still would also like to find some more sodium. And where's the distress signal coming from? Have a quick look around. Over there it is. Ah, there's also some sodium on its way. The signal source is 400 yards away. Or units. So it's actually on its path. We do have a small jetpack that is working, but only for a short duration. We can see in the sky another planet up there. A beautiful blue sky at least. Some more sodium. Perfect. And we can also run for short distance before we need to recharge our stamina. There's some more sodium. Let's gather that right away. Perfect. Oh, and there is also a plant that is attacking us. I should stay away of it. Ah, some caches. Might be from the crash as well. If there was a crash, that is. Some carbon inside.
Thermal protection falling.
More carbon, alright. Try to get up here. Let's try to scan once more. We need to hurry up because my hazard protection is continuing to go down. There is more sodium here, but we would need an advanced mining laser, so I cannot use it. Ah, and there it is. A crashed spaceship by the looks of it. I need to recharge. We do have some sodium, but not a lot. There's also some crashed containers. Perhaps we do find something that we can use. Condensed carbon. No idea what we can do with that. There's some oxygen. Let's gather that. Very good. And now let's have a look at that distress signal here. Boundary separation failure. Cause sentinel intervention. Fresh iteration generated. Anomaly containment prepared. This is all rather confusing. Let's broadcast. Receive. Travel anomaly detected. Anomaly is compliant. Position locked. System integrity scan initialized. Right, doesn't tell us that much yet, but there is a spaceship. Let's enter it. Radiant Pillar it's called. Atlas connection. Intermittent. Launch thrusters offline. Pulse engine offline. I find myself alone on a strange world, unequipped and in danger. I have no memory of how I got here, no sense of a before. But this ship at least seems to recognize me. The controls react to my touch, or at least to that of my exosuit. I'm not dead yet, and this ship is a lifeline out to the stars. The log is unavailable. Substituting data. Exosuit connected. Suggestion. Pilot should perform a maintenance. Select desired repair path. Self-guided repair protocols initiated. We do need to repair the pulse engines. Hermetic seal and metal plating we do need for that. At least it's warm in here, so power seems to work. We can recharge our hazard protection there real quick. As we're completely alone out there. Let's have a look at around. Launch thrusters, pure ferrite and hydrogen jelly. And also hermetic seal and metal plating we do need for that. Let's have a look what we need. For the metal plating, we do need to get more ferrite dust. For the hydrogen jelly, we do need hydrogen. So that is something we should be able to find right next to us. Let's get outside. Have a scan. And let's repair. Alright, over there is hydrogen. 144 units away. Of course, we need to be careful and always on the lookout for some sodium there as well. Because boy, it is really cold. Oh no, that is something we cannot mine yet, so we do need to find another source. There it is, the smaller crystals we can mine, getting us some hydrogen out of that. I also continue getting us some more rocks in. My hazard protection is going down, so is my mining laser. We also need to recharge that with some carbon and my hazard protection with the sodium that we have. We don't have any sodium left anymore, so we'll probably have to use the spaceship in order to get more protection. And as we can see, it's getting darker too. And in the nighttime, it's getting colder. Over there would be some more sodium. There's also noise. Oh, there's airships or spaceships already. So there is life on this planet, it seems. Other than animals. You should be careful of not getting too far away from the spaceship though, because I have no means of getting back to it at the moment, right? I have no beacon or so that I can actually put on. There's a microprocessor inside of one of these caches here and some sodium nitrate. That is going to help us out surviving a bit longer. And as we can see, yeah, we could get lost here quite easily. So I think the spaceship was over there then. There's some more sodium. And some more ferrite. I think we have everything. Let's recharge once more and get back to the spaceship. Another debris from space. Damaged machinery. Ooh, there's some slime. Perhaps we find something useful out of that. Nanites. Okay, we don't know what that is yet. Let's collect some more hydrogen and get back home. I think it was over there. Yes, there's my ship. Let's get inside and then we can take all the time in the world to craft us what we need in order to repair everything. Back inside again. We can take our time now. We do need a couple of things, right? We do need the hydrogen jelly that we have. We do need some metal plating that we have. And we also need the carbon nanotubes that we have as well. So for the pulse engine, we can now repair at least the metal plating. Now we do need a hermetic seal. I think that is something. Can we craft that? Have a look. No, we cannot craft this at the moment. At least the hydrogen jelly we can turn in as well. Here for the launch thrusters. Ah, there is a signal coming in again. Starship critically damaged. Vital ingredients missing. Unable to synthesize required components. Pulse engine requires a hermetic seal. Let's request assistance. Where do we get it? Salvage planetary chart from the distress beacon nearby. Pulse engine and... There's a signal? Over there is a signal. Get outside. Ah, okay, it's my beacon there. I peer inside the beacon's housing as well as its distress broadcast unit. It contains a planetary chart. And let's have a look at that. This will show me a waypoint on the map where we can find the hermetic seal. Ah, over there it is. There is a structure, it seems. Let's just make sure that we still know where the airship is then, as we make our way now over to that side. And let's also find some sodium there again on the way to it. And yes, it's getting colder. Minus 60 degrees now, as night is approaching, and it's also beginning to snow. A weather warning, incoming blizzard has been detected. There is lots of sodium here. I will still gather this, and I think we will need to get back to our spaceship. We still have a bit of time before it arrives. And this is just a gold mine here. So, do we continue now onwards to the structure over there that is still 600 yards away, or units, or we just move back? And it's getting colder now. Negative 90 degrees. Negative, oh god, it's going to negative 100 there, I think. As my thermal protection is falling. There is no shelter here at all. I can see some structures over there as well, but we will really need to get back to our spaceship. I can see it already there. Negative 100. We are out of stamina. I cannot run that far anymore. This is dangerous. We might die now. Thermal protection is offline again. Let's recharge. I can still recharge once more. So the plants that we found were really helpful in that. But there's the safe shelter of the starship. Of my radiant pillar. Let's get inside and wait the storm out. Alright, after a while, the weather cleared and we can once again take on the journey to the signal over there. Looking to the sky is always beautiful. A big planet just above us. And then behind it, a planet with a ring system, it seems. As we are taking a stroll with balmy 60 degrees negative. As we're getting closer, it's also getting more mountainous. Let's just see if we can do the climb with my limited resources. No easy task for a traveler without equipment. We will need to recharge. Also, my oxygen levels are down. Lucky us, we found quite a lot of stuff in the forest. Also worth having a look around. There's some more starships again. Forest is far away now, where our airship is. I hope I can find it again. And there we are. There is some shelter, at least it looks like it. And some damaged machinery once more. Let's have a look inside. Get rid of the glue. To find us nanites. And there's something here. It's warm in here, that's good. There's an archive. No one making this recording in case leaving behind in the fabricator might be of some use. We don't understand everything there is. We don't understand the language too much. Visor damaged, can't find ship. Let's recover the supplies. The log finishes and the machine whirs to life, spitting out supplies. I have the hermetic seal, I need to repair my ship. Whoever it was that led me here, whoever left this message, perhaps they found themselves in the same situation as I do now? We don't know. At least we found the seal, and we can then now return to the spaceship. I think there was another container over there, though. Let's have a look inside. Unfortunately, there's nothing here. Nothing of value anyway. That's it. And now we need to return. Somewhere down there it is. I think in the distance I can see it. Analysis visor though is damaged. I need to have some carbon nanotubes in order to repair it. I think we have this. Let's go to my exosuit, to my visor. It is part of my multi-tools. Let's activate the technology and let's also use the carbon nanotube that I should be able to... Oh, it's in the starship. Alright, I need to craft the second one. Lucky us, we do have enough carbon with us to activate it. And with this, we have a new tool available where we can analyze our surroundings for deposits, for plants that we might find, for secrets, caches, distress signals, buried technology, stuff like that. And over there, we can see our starship. Let's pin it. And now we just need to get back to it before the next blizzard is upon us. We can also analyze now our surrounding, like these rocks, to find some valuable information out of it. And sometimes you also get then additional resources when mining, something like that. Also this tree here. Have a look. This is a flyodium, as we can see. Only gives me carbon though. Let's get back home, as I'd like to call it by now. As we're getting close to the starship, it's daytime again. Getting a bit warmer there, by 3 degrees at least. Oh, and there's another big ship coming closer. Several of them. What in the world is going on in this world? There we are. Now we can repair some stuff. We have the hermetic seal. Let's repair the pulse engine. And the first components are online again. Now we need to work on the launch thrusters. For that we do need hydrogen jelly and pure ferrite. The hydrogen jelly we already activated, but for the pure ferrite we need to work a bit more. We do need to get advanced materials. But how can we do this? Well, we built a refiner, one of our first structures. There it is. And we can now activate it here. However, it does require a metal plating. So let's go ahead and craft some metal plating. And only now are we able to get us the refiner online. There it is. Let's have a look inside. It does need fuel. Some carbon we have for that. And then it needs ferrite dust. And that we can make pure ferrite. Going to take a while now to process all of that. At a ratio of 1:1. While this is working, we can actually just continue getting us some ferrite dust, because I will definitely need more of that down the road for the metal plating. After scanning those rocks, we can also see that there is some sodium inside, so beside the ferrite dust, we can also gather sodium by just mining those rocks here. I would like to do this all day. And it feels really safe right now. We do have a scanner, we do have a visor, we do have a starship that is beginning to function. Right, so we always have some shelter now that we can use in case of the next blizzard. And we can also start processing now materials. I'm not going to waste sodium. We just need to sit it out here to recharge my hazard protection. After a bit of mining, let's go back to the refiner. The green light is on. That means it's finished. And we get lots of pure ferrite, almost 100 out of the refiner. And this, once again, we can now use to repair the launch thrusters. Go ahead. And activate it. And with that, we have repaired both engines. Starship repaired, completed. Launch systems online. Let's collect our portable refiner, and I think we are going to make it then to space. We definitely will need this again, and I don't want to craft it all the time, of course. All systems functional. Main quest Awakenings is starting with that. And we do have to return to the ship now and get to space. This is going to be amazing, because then finally we can see what's out there. I would still like to collect a bit more here, because it is just totally worth it finding rocks with sodium inside. And that should be it. Perfect. Into the ship. And off into space. And where we were limited before, we can actually now fly around and see on what kind of planet we are. We can activate the thrusters to be faster. And this feels like a huge step forward. It's a really frozen planet. With lots of mysteries to unfold, of course. But without further ado, let's also go to space. We now know that we are in the Murdisani system, in the Euclid galaxy. More planets appear. And we can also now see our planet, where we started out from space. A truly white, frozen piece of rock. Let's test our systems. And let's test our pulse engines. Those are the ones that can travel us some real distances there. And boom. We can also scan now other planets in the system. Like this bountiful planet over there. That has some copper, star bulbs and ferret on board. But also aggressive sentinels. There's a message coming in. Incoming transmission. Please identify yourself. I'm Kst. You are not alone. Follow the broadcast ends as strangely as it began. The final piece of the signal appears to be a set of planetary coordinates. Let's input them into my ship.
Alert. Navigational data received.
And we can see that there is some coordinates on this planet here, where we haven't been yet. It is a nuclear planet with high radiation levels. Let's go to it. Why not? We're getting closer. Entering the atmosphere. I don't even know why we're following the signal. We just know that there is a signal, so we probably should check it out. And what we can see is that this planet has lots of water. If it is water. And somewhere down there is the signal source. At least the approximate location. Oh, and there's lots of sodium too. Let's land here. And there is lots of radiation outside. So once again, a very dangerous planet. Radioactive. So once again, we are going to need lots of sodium. And let's just gather this whole farm here, I would like to call it. Very good. After a while we got everything. And now let's have a look around. We do need to activate our visor. And we can see that there is a signal coming from over there. Let's finalize it. There's some more sodium.
Radiation protection falling.
So far my suit was protective enough. I hope it stays like that. There is a damaged machinery. The sparking wires of the machine generate a signal, tapping out its broadcast into the void. Whoever left the message is long gone. Decipher it. Decoding. No fuel and failed to reach station. Hazard protection low. No choice but to go underground. Deployed base computer. As well as the log entry, the signal contains plans for a base computer and a terrain manipulator. With any luck, the base computer will hold more information about whoever's leaving these messages. New building part, space computer, base computer, and the terrain manipulator. With that, we can then finally dig into the ground as well. There's also a save point here. With that, we can also charge this vault. Perhaps there's some more loot here as well. But unfortunately, nope. Only a big ocean right in front of us. I don't even know what kind of fluid it is that we see down there. Alright, let's repair our, or recharge our hazard protection. And let's also establish our terrain manipulator, another technology that we can now use. We still need some jelly for that, and also a carbon nanotube. And I think we do have that available. No, actually we don't need carbon, is that right? The jelly we have, but the carbon we don't have. Let's harvest some plants. I think those here? Yeah, there's some trees over there. Let's also scan them, just so that we know what else they hold. Some oxygen is also stored in these plants. Alright, finally having enough carbon to build the nanotube. And let's get over there and activate our terrain manipulator. We don't need 2! Oh my goodness, but we have everything for that. Go ahead and activate 2 and the jelly. And with that, it is installed. And we can now go underground. I think I saw a buried technology somewhere here. Right next to us, is that so? Because that could help us out then. Making some early money. Some early cash. Yep, there it is. Right below us. Let's dig underground. There it is. I should also make sure that we recharge, of course. There it is. And salvage the data. Let's scan the area once more, because now I do need copper to build us the base computer. So one of the first basic materials that we can get. Let's just have a quickie. There's copper, 300 units away. I can mark this on my map. Perhaps we have something closer. Uranium. Of course, it's a radiated planet, so there is, of course, lots of uranium on it. Let's go for it. Copper. After a bit of walking, we're getting closer to that, and there it is in all its glory. And now we can harvest it directly. All that juicy copper, just for us. That was quite the harvest. 495 copper we got out of that node. There's also a sentinel that was just approaching, so I better stop, because those guys are rather aggressive when they see that that you want to harvest your planet. Or their planet. Oh, a beautiful view there again in the sky as we make our way back to the signal, I think. Oh, there's also some hydrogen. We should definitely get this with us, as we do need the jellies quite often. For now, we do need to harvest. Don't worry though. That's only the early game. As we eventually start to create trade routes, go on missions, we don't need to harvest ourselves anymore. But for now though, of course, we don't have anyone or anything. Back at the signal source, or wherever we found the base computer parts. Also not that far away from my spaceship. Let's, once again, deploy our portable refiner. This time we can just get it out there, right? We do have it in our inventory. And we do need to refine the copper to chromatic metal. Go ahead and activate the fuel. Then we input some of that copper. Let's input it all. And probably just process all of it then. Going to take a while though, 2 minutes for everything to process into 125 chromatic metal. We can use the time to also find us some, or to also go through the fragments, the crystal fragments that we found, containing more hydrogen. There's also some geodes that also contain valuable resources, in this case here lots of ferret dust. And the rusted metal I can actually throw away. I don't need that really. We have some salt as well that we found, and a bit of carbon left. Now we already have quite a bit. Let's collect what we have, get it in, and with that we can now start to build a base computer, which will also mark the foundation of our very first base, right? So wherever this one is, we can start our first base. And I think the view is just fantastic, so we should probably use this one as our first base location. And then with the first building, we continue onwards into the second episode and try to make a home on this radiated planet, at least to find some more answers. Stay tuned.